What if this was the Golden State Warriors' last great chance to revive the glory with Kevin Durant? The name that marked a golden era, carried the team through decisive moments, and won 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs. A chapter that seemed destined to be repeated, but now appears to have been closed for good. On June 23rd, 2025, the news hit the entire blue and gold nation like a shock. Kevin Durant, who shined in San Francisco between 2016 and 2019, was officially traded from the Phoenix Suns to Houston Rockets. The information, confirmed by renowned ESPN journalist Shams Charania, made it clear that plans for a reunion would never happen. Durant left the Chase Center years ago, but many fans still held on to hope that he might return. After the Warriors' early playoff elimination this year, that hope grew stronger, especially because head coach Steve Kerr revealed that Golden State had made contact before the trade deadline in early February. The possibility was in the air, and fans dreamed of the chance to relive the magic of that legendary partnership. But reality hit hard. The 2024-25 season was not kind to Durant and the Suns. Even with a roster full of stars like Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, the team finished with a disappointing record of 36 wins and 46 losses. This mediocre campaign eliminated any chance of even competing in the play-in tournament and was a heavy blow for a team with such high expectations. With the season's end came the firing of head coach Mike Budenholzer, signaling deep changes ahead. The trade of Kevin Durant became inevitable. The franchise decided to bet on the future, focusing on younger players and draft picks, while the Rockets took advantage to strengthen their roster by adding one of the league's biggest stars. In the trade package, besides Durant, the Rockets received young players Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the 10th pick of the 2025 draft, and 5 future second-round picks. For the Suns, it was a move marking the start of a new era, though painful for the fans. For the Warriors, this trade represents a loss not only technically, but emotionally. The chance to restart a winning cycle with Durant is over. The team that won everything between 2016 and 2019, that dominated the NBA with a unique and unforgettable style, now needs to seek alternatives. With Stephen Curry approaching 36 years old, Klay Thompson's contract future still uncertain, and young talents like Kuminga still finding their footing, the challenge is enormous. The Warriors' future now depends on the management ability to build a competitive roster without this key piece that once seemed within reach. How will the team reinvent itself? What moves can we expect? After the devastating news that Kevin Durant was traded to Houston Rockets, many might have thought the future of the Golden State Warriors was at a dark crossroads. After all, losing the chance to bring back such a fundamental piece of their victorious past seemed like a definitive blow. But as the history of this franchise has taught us repeatedly, the Warriors have never been a team to give up or settle in the face of adversity. They have the DNA of boldness, innovation, and the pursuit of the impossible. And with Stephen Curry still playing at an extraordinary level for his age, management knows the clock is ticking. The time to act is now, to keep alive the flame that has lit up the Chase Center for so many years. It is in this scenario that a rumor begins to gain momentum and rekindle hope across the entire blue and gold fan base. The possibility of a monumental trade that would bring Giannis Antetokounmpo, the phenomenon from the Milwaukee Bucks, to Golden State. A negotiation that would involve no fewer than 4 teams, creating an earthquake in the NBA and reshaping the league's power map. Just imagine combining Stephen Curry, the wizard of shots, Jimmy Butler, the relentless warrior who arrived to add weight and intensity. And now Giannis, a force of nature, multiple MVP award winner, champion, and one of the most dominant players the league has ever seen. A trio capable of elevating the Warriors to the level of the greatest teams in NBA history, blending talent, versatility, and almost unbeatable physical presence. Insider information indicates that for this trade to happen, the Warriors would receive Giannis, while the Los Angeles Lakers would get Draymond Green, the franchise's defensive soul, and Daniel Gafford. The Dallas Mavericks would receive point guard Gabe Vincent and valuable draft picks, and the Bucks would receive a heavy package, including promising young players like Jonathan Kuminga, Austin Reeves, along with other important pieces and multiple future first-round picks. This move has all the makings of the biggest shakeup of the trade market this summer, with impacts far beyond the courts. Giannis would bring to the Warriors a unique dominance, able to control the game on both ends of the floor with impressive mastery. His experience as a 2021 champion and ability to perform under pressure would perfectly complement the fast-paced, sharpshooting, and strategic style that Golden State has built. But all this power comes at a price. To bring Giannis, the Warriors would have to give up key pieces of the current roster. Draymond Green, with his invaluable leadership and iconic defensive presence, would have his fate sealed heading to the Lakers. Jonathan Kuminga, one of the franchise's greatest young talents, would leave in a sign-in trade deal. Additionally, names like Brandon Podziemski and Tracy Jackson-Davis, already part of the team's rotation, would also be included in the package sent to Milwaukee. And to top it off, several future first-round picks, valuable assets that represent the foundation for the post-Curry rebuild, would be sacrificed in this high-risk move. Is this trade the definitive play that will keep the dynasty's flame alive? Or is it a risk too great, one that could compromise the franchise's future in search of immediate glory? On one hand, the trio of Curry, Butler, and Giannis would instantly put the Warriors among the title favorites, with Giannis still at his peak at 29 years old. On the other hand, the loss of depth in the roster and the impact on draft capital cast a shadow of uncertainty over the long-term sustainability of this project. This is, without a doubt, the typical high-risk, high-reward deal. If Golden State decides to put all its chips on this last great run of Stephen Curry, this would be the move that seals his legacy and keeps the dynasty alive for a few more years. But it is also a path full of dangers, requiring courage and a clear vision of the future. As fans digest this possibility and debate what might come next, one thing remains certain. The Warriors continue to be a team with a winning spirit, one that never backs down from a challenge and is always willing to fight until the last second. The future is still wide open, and every move behind the scenes could change the franchise's destiny forever. So, Blue and Gold Nation, what do you think of this possible trade? Is the risk worth it to have Giannis alongside Curry and Butler? What would be the impacts on the team's style of play and roster? Leave your opinions in the comments, give a like, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any details of this story that is still being written. In the next video, we will dive deep into the possible tactical changes this trade would bring to the Warriors, analyzing what to expect from the team on the court and the challenges that will arise from Mike Brown and his coaching staff. Stay tuned, because this saga is far from over.